the calculator and the Excel spreadsheet, and we'll just go from there. This is 3.4, number 13, and it gives you a list of points. Go ahead and write that one down. Pull up the Excel spreadsheet. Well, that was accidental.
Thanks.
Sorry about that. I was trying to mute the Pendleton campus and I accidentally removed them from the... After y'all get y'all's notebook situated, I'll unmute y'all. Alright, so here is the actual question. And I'm just going to show you the easiest way to do it. If you're doing this on a test, just click on this little thing right here, and I'll send it to the Excel spreadsheet. And I think I've already covered this with y'all, but just in case, highlight, insert, pick whichever graph you want. I go with Scatterplot. Click on, right click on add trend line, and it looks like to me it's a polynomial. I don't know if the question said if it's a polynomial, but let's look and see. There's the equation that you get. Let me look at the question and see what it says. Following data, blah blah blah, quadratic function. Quadratic and polynomial is the same thing. So there's your answer. Now they got some power questions in here also, and somebody sent me a request to go over power, but again, that's a lot of handwork to do, so I would suggest use your calculator on it. So if you're going to use your calculator on this question, then of course you need to go to Stat, go to Edit, and type in 1, 2, 4, 8, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. Oh, shit. 64. I can't use the backspace button. I have to hit the... Hold on a second. 64. And then 6, 11, 23, 42, 68, 101, and 141. Then go to Stat, calculate. I would probably think it would be in quadratic. And second L1, comma, second L2, and enter. There it is. And plug and chug. So in this case, go back to the question. I don't say that fits. Well, let's look at the graph again. They're not evenly spaced. They don't fit. So I don't know what it's looking for. The x values are not evenly spaced. 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 2 to the second, 2 to the first, 2 to the 0, 2 to the first, 2 to the second, 2 to the third, 2 to the fourth. Looks like they're evenly spaced, but I'm not going to go there. The y values are not evenly spaced. The points do not fit the graph. The first differences are not evenly spaced. I have no idea what they're asking here. The points do fit the graph of a quadratic. I'll say C. No, that's not correct. What a surprise. I'm just going to guess because I have no idea what they're asking. Answer's A. Okay. There's what I want right there. Quadratic function is, they didn't even ask that. How did I get it wrong if I didn't even ask it?
It's a
Whatever.
different question.
Whatever. So if you look at this, if you look at that, oh, it is a different question. Where did that question come from?
You hit the next button, so
Oh, I did?
yeah.
Well, oh well. Anyway, let's do this one then. Excel. Enable. And insert. Right click. Add trend line. This is a poly because it looks like a parabola. And display equation. There it is. So let's see if that's what they got. 100.17, 98.21. Yeah. So your best bet would probably be to use, as far as time goes, would be to use the Excel spreadsheet. Because it'd save you a whole lot of time. You won't have to type in those values. And the Excel spreadsheet is usually on every computer. So once you click on this little icon right here, copy into Excel, it should pop up immediately. All right, let's look at another question. I want to try to get a power question. Okay, here's one. Write this one down. Find the power function that models the data in the table below.
Is that 3.421?
3.4, number 21. Yes, right there in the corner. And I'm going to click on that, open in Excel. I hope it don't ask any stupid questions like that last question did. That was a stupid question. Pull it up. Enable. Highlight. Insert. There it is. Now they say it's a power function, so you hit add trend line, go to power. There it is. And the power function is that right there. 3.059x raised to the 0.5985 power. And I'll tell you this, it'd take you a half a page to 3/4 of a page of handwork to do that, and they're not showing it in the book. So therefore, I'm assuming they want you to use a calculator. And if you look at help me solve this,
All
They
it says
tell
is
you-
to use your calculator.
I'm sorry, what?
If you do help me solve this, all it says is to use your graphing
Yeah.
calculator.
So I don't think there's any need in going in it by hand because one, you don't need to, and the book doesn't have it, And these questions to help me solve this doesn't have it by hand, and it takes too much time. So we're just going to go with using the handy dandy calculator and Excel spreadsheet, which in this case, the Excel spreadsheet is a whole lot quicker to use than the calculator. So I don't know where my question went. I think that's it. Yeah.
Can you do one more of those?
Sure. So let's go to the next question. Well, let's check. I'm not going to type it in. I'm just going to hit 3 like that last one. And I'm just going to let you see that it should be the same answer. Final check. There's the answer. So you see that the Excel spreadsheet did the correct answer. Now on the calculator, before we go to the next question, on the calculator, you would probably have a power function on down. I don't use the calculator that much. So go to Stat, Calculate, and then go down past the cubic and the quartic. There's the power right there. Capiche? Comprende?
See.
Okay, one person understood that. That's good. That's a quadratic. Okay, this is a power function, so do this one. Now, of course, this is number 36, and this is actual economics question. So this kind of falls right into each one of you that's going into business or economics or accounting or management or whatever. This falls right into that. So click on to your handy dandy Excel spreadsheet. See how it saves time. There it is. And enable. And insert. And of course, if you want to make it bigger, you can make it bigger.
You clicked on insert new lines?
And whatever you want. I usually do insert, and I usually do Scatterplot right here because it's a whole lot easier to look at. And then right click on one of them, add trend line, and they said it was a power function, I think, didn't they? Okay, it didn't have the trend line. Why didn't it? Oh, that's why. Okay, then it must be a polynomial. And you have to look back at the directions. I thought it said power function, did it not? Yeah, this data can be modeled by a power function. Write the equation number of years after 1950. Huh. Well, it's not working. Let's see what they say. Okay, we must... I bet. Alright, write that down. 2.377 x to the 2.085. I just wonder if they, let's see, power function. What gets me is they're not even showing the trend line when I do the power function.
You think it says 0x?
Can't be 0x.
Yeah.
0x would cancel out the whole thing.
Exactly.
So, let's go to the handy dandy calculator and see what it says. I don't want to, I tell you what, let me do one thing first. Change these 10, 20, 30, 40, what is that, 45, and 50, 51, 52, 53, 54,
Where are you getting these from?
55, 56, 57, 58, and 59. There. Is that what the answer is? Did y'all write it down? Appreciate it. Appreciate y'all.
Okay.
Appreciate y'all writing it down like I asked y'all to.
I'm doing it right now.
2.377. 2.377. That's it. What they did is that was kind of a trick question. Did y'all see what I did? Read the question. Write the equation of this function with x as the number of years what?
After 1950.
So what they did is they set you up with a table, but they gave you the wrong table. I mean, they told you to change the x. It's just like I did right here. Is that a crappy question? Yes, pretty much. But evidently they're trying to teach you something. I don't know. But I changed the years. See, this right here is 1960, 1970, 1980, 1990, 1995, 2000, 2001, 2002. And that gave you the correct power function. So in this case, you need to make a note on this problem. Make a note on this one. Because if you see that one on the test, you need to highlight that function where it says with x as the number of years after 1950. You need to highlight that and put change x values. What does the unrounded model predict for the total personal income in 2015? Well, take your handy dandy calculator. Well, it's not in the calculator, but what you would do is plug in. If you wanted to use the calculator and punch all those numbers in, knock yourself out, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take the Excel spreadsheet and the function and plug in what's 2015 minus 1950. Well, there's 2009. So 2009, 2010 be 60, right? I'm sorry. 61, 62, 63, 64. Oh, horse pucky. 62, 63, 64, 65. So what would 65 be?
Next one.
Huh? Well, you need to plug in 65 into this equation right here. I thought it would do it, but it wouldn't. So you have to do that in your calculator. So take your calculator and type in 2.3. You might want to use what they're using as a I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to talk and chew bubblegum at the same time. 2.377, and then multiply that by, what do we say, 65 raised to the what? 2.085. 2.085. Write that down. And that's 2015, and that answer is 14320.35. It says round or decimal rounded to 4 decimal places. 14320.3466. I don't know why they want it to 4 decimal places. Okay, that's because this is in billions. So you have to change it to a decimal. I got 14.3, 14.3. See there? And I think they used the actual function because the calculator, if you punch it in the calculator, it's going to give you, I'm trying to think how to do it on the Excel spreadsheet. Because that's not you'd have to put the function in here, which would be 2 point equals 2.3769 times this number, this number raised to the, somebody read that. Is that 2.0848? Is that what that is? Let me
It's like a black line.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm in the back of the room.
Yeah, of course. Move back a little bit further. 2.0848. I'm going to make it bigger.
Look at that. I can't get this question.
Trying to make it bigger. Hold on a second. Oh, come on.
We won't have any questions like this on our test since they're all goofed up, right?
Yours is going to have about 15.
Sir?
Yours is going to have about 15.
Well, I will just give up.
0848. 0848. So now you just have to copy this down. There. And of course you can copy that on down. 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, and so on. That's why the Excel spreadsheet is so powerful. You need to learn how to use it. If you don't know how to use the Excel spreadsheet and put in stuff like this, you need to learn, especially if you're going into business, accounting, economics, because you're going to suck at it if you don't. Because the Excel spreadsheet does a whole lot more than the calculator does. Okay? So learn how to use it. Question, gripe, complaint. Now, when you plot these, insert now that's what it looks like, and now you can do a trend line there.
I can put in the thing. That's it back here.
And hit power, and you start to see it follow that dashed line right there. So what you're doing is you're basically putting a regression line in a non-linear situation, and then using that to extrapolate. Write that word down. What am I doing when I tell you what 2015 is? What am I doing? I'm extending that what? What's this dotted line called? That's a question for the class. It's not rhetorical.
Trend line?
A trend line, thank you. If I'm extending that trend line, thank you. 15 seconds later. If I'm extending that trend line,
I'm on a delay.
therefore you can censor out the curse words.
Yeah.
Or is
I
it
want
because
delay.
you're sitting at the back of the room? Is that because there's a 15-second delay?
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's your computer. It's not me.
Oh, of course. It's
We're in
Russian.
the same room, but
It's
there's a
Russian.
delay.
All right. If I extend, remember, extend equals extrapolate. You're going to see that on your test too. Because I'm extending this trend line to predict 2015. That's called extrapolation. The opposite of interpolation. You remember when I take the square root of 6, I take the square root of 4 and the square root of 9, and then I find the middle? That's called interpolation. Interpolation is finding the middle of the middle of the middle. Extrapolation is when you extend to predict. So that's 2 SAT words for you. Okay? Interpolation, half of half. What are you doing? You're enclosing to get what you want. What are you doing with extrapolation? You're extending to get a prediction. I know you're not supposed to learn anything. You're supposed to regurgitate, but I like to teach to where you learn something. So at least you can say you've learned 2 words in this class and you've learned how to use the Excel spreadsheet. I actually had a student write a letter, and she's in my math, she's in my calculus route, the math, the trig, and the algebra. She wrote a letter to the president saying that she appreciated my classes because I showed her how to use the Excel spreadsheet. And she's working in a co-op with Duke Energy, Duke Power, and she's trying to, you know what a co-op is, right? You're a student half-time, and then you work for the company half-time. That's a co-op. And she said first day she attended, the first day she went to the co-op, she actually had to use the Excel spreadsheet to figure out how to do a graph or something. So I know y'all are so excited. Y'all are, I would appreciate if you act like you're interested at least.
I'm super interested.
Because it's really rude when you act like you're depressed out of your skull. Okay. Okay.
What if we are depressed out of our skull?
Okay, well, leave. Okay? Leave. If you are depressed, leave.
But I'm not. Look, I'm saying I'm depressed, and your class is the highlight of the day.
Oh, yeah, whatever. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's not going to kill himself tonight is what he's telling you.
Okay, all right.
You should
Well, I
be
saved
excited.
somebody. All right, let's pull up another question.
The number.
Another question. I'll let y'all do this one in your calculator since y'all are depressed. Let's do, well, I've already done that one. I don't care.
Think my ass when we start going over
All right, do that one. Create a scatter plot. Now you can do it if you've got your laptop and you want to use the Excel spreadsheet, do it. But there's the question.
Can you make that bigger?
And this is about the third power question we've gone over, or one like, so I have no idea what it's going to look like.
Can you zoom in the numbers at all?
Where are you sitting?
In the back. But I have pretty good vision. I still can see.
Then no, you move. You get up and you actually move to where you can see the daggum board.
Can you not see that? That is clear as day. It looks like an arrow.
Yeah, I have to walk up to here.
I mean, it's tiny, yeah.
There.
You're there.
Wow, you zoom in.
I still can't see.
Hold on a minute. I tell you what. I'm
Y'all are
sorry.
just depressed people.
Teaching such divas. I'm sorry, students. Let me go to the Excel spreadsheet and see if you can actually see this. Can y'all see that? No. I'll sit in the back of the room.
Do it.
Bigger over here.
Oh, I think so.
Let's change it to short bus. There
Yeah.
we go. There. Can the short bus in the back of the room see it now?
Thank you.
There. How's that?
That's good.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Mr. McClure,
Hubert, yes.
Mr. Hubert. Was the question asking for the number of years after a certain
Just
time?
they want you to do a scatter plot and then try to find the trend line, and I think that's what it says. Hold on.
But for our X values, are we using like 1935 and 1940?
Let me
or are
look.
we
Let me
using-
look and see. I don't know. That's a good question. Hold on. I'm trying to find it. Yeah, years after 1900. So that's one of those questions they want you to change it. Find the quadratic function. Estimate for 2008. And when will the number of banks equal 5,485? So I'm going to minimize this. Leave the questions on there. Hold on. Oh yeah, that'll go over like a lead balloon. I can't see. And I'm going to change these to 35 and so on. Here we go. So 35, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. I'll check again. I think that's what it said. After 1900. That's 100 and 109. Now do a scatter plot. Highlight. Insert. Go to the scatter plot. That's what it looks like. So you're looking for a humpback look, dog leg. So that looks like, I don't know what to say, unless there's another one somewhere. Now it says find the quadratic. So I'm going to take my handy dandy right click, and I'm going to hit trend line and hit quadratic, which is polynomial, and display. And there it is. Now the question says, I'm looking, continue. Round to the nearest thousandth. So that's going to be negative 5.030 raised x raised to the second power plus 632.48x. 632.48x. Horse pucky. Hold on. Plus 632.48x. I don't know why I do this. I should just give y'all the homework and just avoid questions from y'all. 1456.8. And enter. Okay, that is a good challenge question. If that happens to you on a test, what should you do? Let me know about it in class, and I'll fix it. That question is the same. The reason I didn't round the last one is because I didn't have, maybe I can go in there and fix it to where, I don't know if I can go in there and fix the spreadsheet to where it will, hold on a second. You might can format the data series. I don't know if that would help. No. I'm trying to look and see how you could do that. Format trendline label. Nope. Format code. Here we go. There we go. I'm so smart. Let's see. Go to 3 places. Go to 4 places. There you go. So you can actually go into the. You can go into it, right click on it, and go to Format Trendline Label. And go to Number and change it to 4 spaces. But I would accept that answer. All right, according to the unrounded model, the number of banks in the country in 2008 is approximately, so 2008 would be 108, would it not?
Yes.
Okay, so punch in 108, and then you'd have to actually put. Now, some of you that put it in your calculator can go to Window and look up 108. Or you can do this. You can go to your calculator and hit Window. I'm sorry. No, not Window. Hit Second Table Set and go down to Independent and hit Ask. And then when you graph this thing, so let's graph it. Let's do y is equal to negative 5.0302 x squared. You might want to write this down because it'll help you. Plus 632.4798x plus minus 1456.7859 and hit enter or graph. We really don't care about the graph. Go to table, second table, and type in, what do they want? 2008, which is 108, and enter, and there's your answer. 8178.8, write that down. It says round to the nearest whole number, so that'd be 8179.
Okay.
8179. The unrounded model estimates that there are 5,485 banks in country in blank. So now I want to go to second table set and now put auto on X and put ask on what? Y, Hubert. Yep. And hit second table. And I don't know if this will work or not. Let's see. We want to know 5485. 5485. Okay, I don't know what they're wanting there. We have to set y is equal to 5485. I don't know how to use that. What we can do is this. Go to y is equal and type in y is equal to 54 what? 5485. Hit graph, and then you'll see where it actually crosses. Well, you'll have to do zoom, fit, maybe. There it is. Somewhere in here, you actually see, so zoom out. Just give me a second. Okay, there's your function. There it is. And then do second, calculate, intersect, and hit that one, and hit that one, and then put a guess. Looks like it's right in there somewhere. And where does it cross the X? At 12.15. What does it say round to? It says round to the nearest year. So 12 added on to 1990 is what? Or 1900 is what? 1912?
Mm-hmm.
So that'd be 1912. Okay, I must have done something wrong. Check it. 2014. So I must have added 12. Huh. I did something wrong. Am I not? The unrounded model estimates there are 5,485 banks in the country. Well, yeah, because it's right here. I don't understand why they get 2014. 2014 would be down here. What would that be? 114? Okay,
Yeah,
they want you to
that's
punch
true.
another. They want you to punch another one in. So what is 100? Would that be 114?
Yeah.
I'm thinking they're wanting on the other side. So we'd have to punch that in, and I thought we had it punched in. Did we not have it punched in? I guess not. So we'd have to punch it in there and say equals 5.0302 x raised to the second power plus, plus 632.4798 x minus 1456.7859. And for some reason it didn't like that. Oh, I didn't plug in. This is supposed to be this number right here. Hold on a second. I'm getting there. Times, and that number squared plus 632 times that number. There we go. Still not the right answer. Probably because of rounding. So on this one, it probably would be best to use the calculator because it has the window feature. I would use the calculator probably on this one. I don't know why I didn't get the same answer.
So how would you find that X value?
Well, I would have found it on the calculator. Look at here. I forgot to tell you. What comes up must what?
Go
Come
down.
down. This is a parabola, so I didn't zoom out enough. See, I got the first one in 1912, but it also comes back down on this side. Hold on. Zoom.
What did you type in for the y equals to get that parabola graph?
I typed in the function, and then I typed in y is equal to 5485 to see the intersection of the two. Hold on just a second. You'll see what I'm talking about. There. All right, there's the function. And then there is 5,000. So what you want to do now is zoom. And I'm just going to zoom box. And I'm going to go into the left-hand corner of the intersection, which is right about there, and hit enter. And then make a box around the two intersection points. One there on the left, one right about there. And as you can see, the y is equal to 5,485 hits in 1912, and then it hits right here. So how do you find that one? Well, second, trace, and intersect, and that function, and then go to the right to give them your guess, because I did the first one. There's the other one right there. And there is 113 point. So what's 113 or 114 plus? There it is, 114. There it is. So I was right in graphing it. I just gave you the wrong one. I gave you 1912. And the reason they don't want 1912 is 1912 is in the what? It's in the past. They're wanting to know the what? The future, because they're asking you, the unrounded model estimates that there are. So estimates means that you're looking into the future. Okay? So that's a question. I probably would not put that on a test because it's so time consuming, but it's a good question for homework because you actually learn something. Okay? All right, who has a question? All right, now, right quick, we got about 10 minutes. I just want you to look at the test right quick. I'll show you what the test looks like. All right. Assignments. This one don't have tests, does it? Okay, all assignments. Go to quizzes and tests. There it is, Unit 2A, Chapter 3. Click on that. Start test. How many questions? There are 30 questions. Okay, 30 questions, and 10 are your extra credit questions. So I'm not going to answer those, but there's one right there. Use the square root method. What?
Is the in-class test going to be like extra credit like it was last time?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, that's right. Use the square root method. So take the 81 on both sides, divide by 49, take the square root. All right? Piecewise function. You're going to have to actually draw this. Now, I've showed you how to do it on your calculator, so you should be able to do it with your calculator. But I think it's B. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Draw the graph. Calculator. Extra credit. Extra credit. Calculator. Calculator. Extra credit. Extra credit. Find the exact solutions. That means use the radical. So that means you got to do it by hand. Okay? Use the radical. That when it says exact, make a note. When it says exact, that means you have to leave the radical in the answer. Now, I just told y'all that. So don't come to me saying, oh, I gave you a decimal instead of a radical. If it says exact, I won't give you credit for it. Okay, so some of y'all that aren't listening, I hope you listen there. Okay, next. Okay, this is a quadratic. This is use your calculator if you want to. I want you to find the vertex. Maximize or minimize, that's vertex. Extra credit. Okay, you can do this by hand by using the family of graphs. What's that plus 5? That's a vertical what? Vertical shift. So it's either A or D. Which one looks like the square root? A. That's your family of graphs. You really don't even have to use a calculator on that unless you didn't pay attention on the family of graphs. All right? Use this one. That's x is equal to plus or minus 6. You can do that by the square root method or completing the square. Extra credit. Find the quadratic. Use your calculator. Use your calculator. Make a note. Extra credit. Write the equation. Okay. Write the equation of the quadratic. They give you points. You can do it by hand or you can use the calculator. Determine the function's quadratic. That's not hard at all. You should be able to do that. That's not difficult. Extra credit. That one's calculator. This one is intercept form. What is the intercept? What is the vertex? That comes from completing the square. Square root of 45. Type. What kind of answer does it say type? What does it say there?
Exact answer.
Exact. That means the radicals. This is, you can use your, okay, you know it's a parabola. You know you got a vertical shift of 5 to the left and 4 up. So that means 5 to the left and 4 up. So that'd be C. Okay, at the last count, I think I got 7 minutes, don't I? What time's class end?
11.
10.
I'm 10.
Yeah. Thought I had like a few minutes. Y'all are just in extra rude mode this morning. Use the square root property to solve the quadratic. Same thing. You can divide by 3 on both sides. You can use the calculator. You can use the complete the square, whichever one you want to use. Extra credit. Okay, they want you to factor it, but ignore the factoring. Use completing the square or use your calculator to graph it. Same thing here, vertical and horizontal shift. What kind of vertical horizontal shift is it? 2 to the what? 2 to the right and 4 what? Be careful, it's an intercept form.
Down.
4 up. So it's 2 to the left and 4 up. Looks like that one, but I'm not sure.
Wait, the first time you said to the right.
I'm sorry, 2 to the right. Yeah, sorry. It's opposite. 2 to the right and 4 up. B. Next one. And is that it? Okay, just go to the next problem. Okay, that's it. So you see that 90% of the test can be done where? On the calculator. So you should be able to do it without any problem. All right, I'll see y'all Friday. Make sure y'all come in with a piece of paper and a pencil so we can get that second
Calculators.
and last
Yeah, for real.
in-class test done. Y'all have a good day.
You too.
To Mr. Hubert.